So long you doubts in your mind, so long you doubts in your mind, there may be opposition. But when doubts are not there in when there are no there, when doubts are not there, then there is no opposition and discussion. When your mind is disturbed, you go for meditation to remove the disturbances. In this absence of disturbance, in this absence of disturbance within you have a no big deal to find. You are already at peace with yourself. A liberate needs no guru to teach him, as he has nothing to gain, nothing to lose. He is not disturbed because he is totally in peace within. A person who is neutral and peaceful can never be disturbed by any activities anymore. When he is not interested in anyone, then how can there be disturbance? When he is not interested in anyone, then how can there be disturbance? Astavakra again and again emphasizes only one thing to Janak, that to be peaceful in life, to be neutral and witness. Don't attach yourself with anything. When you are not attached, you cannot be held responsible for any action in life. When you are not attached, you cannot be held responsible for anything in anything or any action in life. Desireless doing all and doing nothing. Desireless person doing all but doing nothing. Contented and learned person who is not concerned with available and unavailable, for him things are always away from the senses reactions. Though working in the eyes of this world, but not doing anything in reality. But not doing anything in reality. He is wise and awakens. He does not want anything in any way, neither to right nor to the wrong. He is neither happy nor unhappy under any circumstances. He is always the same, unconcerned, unaffected, no reaction in the mind. He is also Sunya, and everywhere Sunya. He is never proud and also never defected. Defeat and victory have no effect on him. He looks like a worldly person, but he is away from the world. He looks like worldly person, but he is away from the world. Don't take the sport of God even. What the astavakra says, don't take the sport of God even. Whatever a learned person has to do, he does it happily and not bothering for the result. He does work if he can and does not if he cannot. Whether done or undone, he is the same, balanced and unconcerned, the real state of happiness and peace. He does not say that is world. He does not say he is worldly and neither says that he is renunciation. Wherever you said it must be like this or that, you are in problem. Wherever you say something this or that, you are in problem. Whenever and whatever has to be learned, person does it happily. Whatever has to do, learned person does it happily. He does nothing from within his side. Whatever he has to do, he does. That's all. One who has left passions and expectations in life is always independent, liberate, and wise. He considers himself in the hands of destiny. He considers himself in the hands of destiny. Always he is like dry leaves of a tree. He lives and also goes away from this world. The worldly attraction have no effect, though he lives in this world. 24 hours. He is above all, unaffected, untouched, and mentally contented. There are two types of person in this world. There are two types of person in this world. One is bound in this world and the other is unbound. One considers a rope as a snake and is afraid of that rope. He runs away and the other brings a stick to kill the snake. Both are in illusion. The fact is to be seen by light because it is only a rope. The fact is to be seen by light because it is only a rope. Astavakra says philosophy is entirely different. Astavakra philosophy is entirely different of third type, that is being enlightened and open eyes to see this fact. You have to be balanced and peaceful to see the real fact of life. There is no bondage in this world. It is your marriage and nothing else. It is your illusion, nothing else. He further says that there is always a third middle way, that is neither to be of the world nor run away from the world. The middle way of being a witness is true. The middle way of being a witness is true. Awake and see this world, what is real without any attachment and fear. Awake and see this world, what is real without any attachment and fear. Astavakra says that to do not depend on two. Hence you start depending on God for anything, then you will become dependent permanently. Once you start depending on God for anything, then you will become dependent on God permanently. You will decorate the ideal of God and worship again and again. This is also your imagination. Who has seen the God? Who has known Him? First you were entrapped in this world. Now you got entrapped by God. Under both the emotions you are not free. Under both the emotions you are not free. Why do you require the help of God? Why do you require the help of God? You want the help of God to fulfill your ambitions. You want the help of God to fulfill your ambitions. You want to use the God for your selfish motives. You want to use the God as a servant like. You are begging something or other in your prayer. It is flattery, so that you can put the God in your service. Learned is one who has awakened and see that there is nothing to get in this false world. There is nothing to get in this false world. Whatever you want to get, that is already within you. Whatever you want to get, that is already within you. You are above all. No one can disturb you unless you are disturbed. No one can disturb you unless you want to disturb. It is your misunderstanding. When there is no problem, no worry, when you don't want to get anything, no fame, no defeat, no respect, no disrespect, you develop in such a way that nothing affects you, whether you get or do not get, whether you get or do not get. Your eternal mental happiness and peace is only within, and nothing else so aspiring for. Peaceful people are always free from body. Peaceful people are always free from body. The wise and learned man is never happy and never unhappy. The wise and learned man is never happy and never unhappy. He is always peaceful and is free from the body and its demands. Keep the body as it is. It came into this world without any desire. Then why you want things when it is grown up? Why you want things when it is grown up? Treat the body as it came. No one listen. You came into this world without any noise. You came into this world without any noise and disturbance. Like, like, live like that only. Live like that only. Who is peaceful within, always graceful. A person neither can bear the pain nor pleasure. Sometimes a person die in pleasure. He die in pain every time, but sometimes he die in pleasure also, because it is pain or pleasure in both the condition. Man gets blood pressure raised, and raised blood pressure is dangerous for the heart. Man is in pain or pleasure, heart gets affected. Peace is ever lost. Who is never affected in pain and pleasure has gone further from body. Has gone further from body, because the body is only affected in pain and pleasure. Both these are the qualifications of body. These both are the qualification of body, not of soul. Learned one has settled in his soul. Awakened never dies, forgetting or renouncing. Awakened one never dies for getting something or renouncing something. A person who is always who lives in his consciousness and not body. Consciousness has nothing to do renounce because that has not acquired anything. You can renounce only when you have acquired something. Soul have acquired nothing. What to renounce? What to live? You are active because of your soul and not because of your body. The whole problem comes when you consider yourself as body. Whole problem comes when you consider yourself body, which is absolutely untrue and false and unreal. Treat yourself as a soul and not body and be happy. The learned is never proud because he always feels that he is living as a soul. A man with such a blank mind is never insulted. A man with such a blank mind is never insulted. No one can please him nor can insult him. He is not dependent on anybody, be his father, mother, brother, sister, or wife, son. Anyone of so-called relations, for him there is no relation. For him there is no relation. Relationship is limited only up to the body's level. Relationship is limited only up to the body's level and not beyond. When bodies are destroyed, why to worry? Because bodies are already dead. That is being seen alive because of soul, which is never destroyed. Further, astavakra says, do all and don't do anything. Do all and don't do anything. The biggest mistake is that you consider yourself body. You are not body. You are within the body. There is soul within. So long soul is within, you can hear, you can see, you can smell, you can touch, you can feel. There is big doer within you who does every action, and that is his particle of current due to which the body seems active. When his current goes away, the body is still there but of no use. That is called the dead body and useless. When considered I as body and body is doing everything, then you become sinner. When you consider I as body, body as I, and body is doing everything, then you become sinner. Soul is non-doer. Is always away from the body, and I am only a witness to all that happens. Devotees are in illusion that God does everything. Devotees are in illusion that God does everything. See what the God says. Devotee says, nothing happens in the world without your wish. Devotee says to the God, nothing happens without your wish. Everything happens in the world with your wish. God says nothing is like that. Nothing happens by my desire. If happens, whether have I desired Sita Haran and Draupadi Chir Haran? No, dear, nothing happens by my desiring. Who knows how I have spent my life without Sita after leaving her in the forest? No, dear, nothing happens by my desire. Whether I had wished to hang the issue and to put the nails in his body, had I wished to hang the issue and to put the nails in his body, whether I had wished to kill millions of Shia Sunnis in Karbala, whether I had wished poison for Sukrat and Mira, whether I wished to throw Prahlad from the peak of the mountain. No, nothing happens by my desire in the world. It is all illusion. It is all illusion. Devotee is in illusion. All the work done by body, greed, anger, lust, desire, mind, and heart. Where are you in between? Learn one never attached with the act. Learned one never attached with the word, with the act. I don't do this, learned never says. The liberated person does work like an ordinary man who says something and does something. Whatever an ignorant person says, all false and deceiving, whereas learned one is not telling the truth. whereas learned one is not telling the truth. Whatever he does is right only. You can recognize him by his action. In case of learned person, it is totally reversible. Whatever a learned person says is totally correct, and whatever he does is false. What a learned person says is totally correct, and whatever he does is false. You will find truth in the knowledge of the learned, which you will not find in the action of the ignorant. Learned one knows that he is not the doer, because he knows that he is not the body, which you don't know. That is the only difference between you and the learned one. Learned one knows that every act is being done by lust, greed, anger, and mind. Desire not and desire not by me. Every act is being done by lust, greed, anger, mind, desire, not by me. You get peace after tired of all thoughts. You get peace after tired of all thoughts. After getting rid of different ideas, the person gets peace. He neither sees nor listens and also does not imagine. You get peace only when ideas are exhausted and the mind gets weaker and weaker due to tidiness. There is a very old story. God has made the man. Man was alone. He prayed the God that he is alone. Kindly send someone. God has made a woman and sent to him. But that woman was horrible. But that woman was horrible because sometimes she was singing well and sometimes getting angry. Sometimes she was cool like moon, sometimes firing fire from her mouth. When in anger, she was like sun. When in love, she was cool like moon. That man was tired of within 3 days. That man was tired of within 3 days. He said, "It is a big problem. I was better alone." After living with the lady for 3 days, he realized the joy of loneliness. After, after living with the lady for 3 days, he realized the joy of loneliness. You cannot realize the joy of aloofness without living with someone. He runs to God. He says, "Pardon me, sir. What I demanded was wrong. I made a mistake. Please take her back. I don't want her. It is a big problem. She will make me mad. Sometimes she is alright, but sometimes she gets mad, and sometimes she loves, and sometimes she gets angry. I am not able to understand how she changes. Kindly keep her with you. Kindly keep her with you." God said, "As you like." He left the lady for 3 days with God and get back to his home. He started remembering her. He again started remembering her sweet singing, her beautiful eyes. He again went to the God after 3 days and asked the God, "Pardon me, kindly give her back to me. Kindly give her back to me. She is beautiful. She was cooking and feeding me. Now there is no one to welcome me when I come back from jungle. I am sad." When she was at home, she was offering me tea, coffee, and food. She was always at the door waiting for me. Now life is very dull. Please give her back to me. God said, "As you like, take her." Again he got mad after 3 days. Again he got mad after 3 days. Again he went to the God. God said, "Shut up. Neither you can live with her nor without her. Now you live with her, and since the man is living." God said, "Now you live with her, and since the man is living with her." People do meditation for salvation. Desire is still there. People do meditation for salvation. Desire is still there. देखा है हर चाह बनी आखिर में दुख का कारण फिर भी चाहे मोक्ष धर चाहना आखिर ना छोड़ा. Poet says you have realized that there is pain in every desire, even though you desire to meditate for salvation. Desire not left. Desire for salvation is also a desire after all. When someone goes into meditation to get rid of something is the opposite side of a thing. When someone goes into meditation to get rid of something is the opposite side of a thing that he can renounce. Liberate does not go into meditation. The learn is over liberated. He thinks this world is unreal and will die one day. He lives like a Brahm in this world. He always considers this world temporary. If an ordinary person asks about God, if an ordinary person asks about God, it is only because of curiosity. Just a child asks question, but does not bother whether he gets an answer or not. After some time, he forgets his question. God cannot be realized by curiosity. God cannot be realized by curiosity. One has to develop a deep sight to get him. When discrimination is not there, meditation is not required, just as medicine is not required when you are not sick. Just as medicine is not required when you are not sick. An egoist does not care for the common good in this world. Though soul does not work, but still an egoist works, while an egoless person awakes, but still he does not work. Astavakra's whole philosophy is to convert a doer into a non-doer. Astavakra whole philosophy is to convert a doer into a non-doer. Thank you.